How should a parent deal with a transgender child in a biblical way? Okay. What time is this supposed to end? Because this is not a short one. I think we got 4 minutes. We're going to end with this question. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. One of the things that's happened that complicates this is we have now an alphabet of LGBTQ, and we've put homosexuality into the same group as transgenderism, where they're very different. They look similar. If you're straight and you're not transgender, that all looks pretty different to us. But it's not all the same. And there are reasons why people are the way they are that they may be able to control. And there are people who they are the way they are, but they can't control it. Now, I'm not saying they can't control their behavior. I'm saying they can't control how they feel. Do you see the difference between that? So I have one or two people that I've stayed in touch with who are gay. They tell me there's a difference between not acting and feelings. They say, I'm trying to not act on my feelings, but I have these feelings. We need to understand that. And I've talked to just 3 people at length who are transgender. And one of them said, he worked for me. And when I was a candidate for Congress, he worked for me. We would go out traveling to the different counties, and people would say, is this your son? I'd say, no, but I'd be glad if he was. Fine young man, transgender. Well, he transitioned. And after he transitioned, things weren't any better, and he wished he hadn't transitioned. I'm not saying that it's everybody's experience, but we need to know that people feel this way, and most of them, if they could change it by a prayer, they would pray that prayer. If they could change it by a seminar, they would go to that seminar. But they are not able to change because it's deeper than just controlling your behavior. It's a part of who they are. How that happened, we rarely know. How to cure it, we really don't know. But if you are transgender, here's what I would appeal to you. My strongest appeal to you would be to say, don't do anything to try to physically change your body. There's a lot of evidence that people have come to regret that. We would plead with you to say, be a part of a community that loves you and supports you. We want the chapel to be a place where gay people would come to. We want this to be a church where they'd say, they don't approve of homosexual activity, but they approve of homosexuals. I heard Rick Warren say this one time. He said, we were asked if we tolerate gay people, and he said, of course not. We would never tolerate gay people. We would welcome them. We would want them to come here. We believe this church is a hospital, and we want to be a hospital for people who are hurting. That doesn't mean we change what God has said, and God's been pretty clear about homosexuality. That doesn't mean we don't love them and don't welcome them and don't want them. Our plea with them is to give your body to Christ and honor him with your body. We would say the same thing to transgender people. Those are hard things, and those are things that we're going to have an increasingly greater number of people who are facing those struggles in life. And whatever we come up with, whatever is decided by this church or the next church or the Pope, whatever it is, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Love and care so that there's no way they can walk away and say, well, they just don't love me. We want to be people who love people who are least like us. It's easier to love the people most like us, and that's challenging. But we're called to love the people who are least like us.